Mr. Escobar was gunned down yesterday.
In this video, we'll break down why Pablo Escobar and his cartel ultimately met their downfall. Pablo Escobar is a phenomenon in human history. He held an entire country in fear and completely controlled Medellin, and his influence on Colombia's development is undeniable. He had people everywhere, on the streets, in the police, and in parliament. But despite all this, the Colombian government proved stronger, and on December 2nd, 1993, Pablo Escobar died. Now let's analyze why. There are three main reasons for his downfall. The first reason is the cartel's arrogance. Pablo Escobar's guiding principle was plata o plomo, silver or lead. If a person chose silver, they simply took a bribe. If lead, the cartel eliminated them. Government officials often chose the second option, but this led to only one outcome. However, the final straw was the assassination of presidential candidate Rodrigo Bonilla, who openly opposed Escobar. After his murder, the Colombian government declared war on the cartel and promised to find everyone. From this stems the next reason for the downfall: alliances. Immediately after Rodrigo's assassination, the United States became active and began assisting Colombia. They sent FBI and DEA agents, and Colombia signed an extradition treaty with the US. This marked the beginning of a full-scale war between the cartel and the state. It was a war of attrition, with both sides making brutal decisions. Colombian special forces destroyed laboratories, and for each lab, Escobar retaliated by killing government officials. But the state machinery proved stronger, so Escobar decided to make another alliance, this time with Colombia itself. He was willing to go to prison, but on his own terms. He personally selected his guards and designed the prison project. The most crucial condition was that he would not be extradited to the US. They reached an agreement, and Escobar went behind bars. But this didn't solve the problem. Escobar still controlled the cartel from prison. Therefore, Colombia began reconsidering the terms of their deal and ultimately decided to betray him to the US. However, when special forces arrived to take him, they found Escobar was no longer in prison. He had learned about the plan in advance and escaped. From this moment, the final chapter of his story begins. The third reason is his family. Right after his escape, he wanted to hide his family because he knew they were his weakness. He tried to hide them in Germany, but Germany refused to cooperate, so he decided to go into hiding alone, except for a few close friends. He remained on the run for a year, constantly changing locations, but the turning point was Escobar's birthday. On December 1st, 1991, Pablo was celebrating his birthday. By this time, he hadn't seen his family for a year, and on such a significant day, he wanted to hear their voices. The final call was to his son. It lasted 5 minutes, long enough for the special forces to trace the call's origin. Within an hour, the house was surrounded. Escobar realized it, but it was too late. The forces stormed the house, but Pablo had already climbed out a window and jumped onto the roof of another house. On the roof, a sniper fired 2 shots, the first to his leg, the second to his head. And so ended the great story of Pablo Escobar. Comment on the video and give it a like.